Hey guys, and welcome to, well, this isn't really a normal vlog. I thought I'd give a little rundown of last year and why I've chosen to do what I'm doing this year. I'm filming this actually inside like a showroom kind of thing we've started to try and build at home. I can give like a slight sneak peek. Bang, there's nothing in it yet, that's all you're getting. Pretty cool photo here. My dad's title winning Peugeot, done it as well over there. So I'll pull over a chair and we can begin. Oh, see there it is. Welcome to my 2024 unveiling of what we are doing this year. I have some notes in front of me as to what I'm meant to say, so let's get straight into it. First up, I'll tell you what we're doing. What are we doing, you might want to know. For 2024, I've decided to continue my campaign in the European Rallycross Championship. I think it's the best move career-wise. It's a long-standing childhood dream of mine to win the European Rallycross Championship. I've watched some of my childhood heroes do it. And to try and get the opportunity to replicate something like that, well, it would mean the world to me, you know? I would quite like to one day step up into the World Championship as a European champion, so for the time being, my goal remains the same. A little recap from last year, in case you maybe forgot. Started off the year in Hungary. It was only my second event ever driving the car. I did one event in the British Championship. So at that point we were still trying to understand the car, trying to understand how the balance worked. Quite different to anything I'd driven before. Peugeot was a completely different animal. There were some times that we really struggled, trying to understand how the diff worked, trying to understand just everything really. I mean, like, there's just so much going on in a supercar that I think from the outside, sometimes it's easy to forget. Inside the car, you're pulling gears, you're on the handbrake, you've got clutch shifting, sometimes it's wet or it's on the gravel. So as you can see, it's pretty difficult. Like, there's a lot going on. The British Championship's one thing, but the European's a whole different kettle of fish. To be honest, I was pretty happy with how the weekend turned out. We managed to claw our way back up to third, and we ended up finishing third. So I was absolutely over the moon. It was my first ever European Rallycross podium. No, I was really happy that, you know, I was racing the same weekend against my dad, so it was pretty cool. After Hungary, we went on to round two. Round two was in Portugal. We learned quite a few valuable lessons on how the car works, how I need to adapt my driving style. Like, trying to work on racecraft, it's hard to be so precise and fine in racing other cars when you're in a supercar, because you've got so much power and so much going on. Getting it stopped is the main issue. It's one thing to be pulling gears and going sideways and driving fast, but being able to get stopped and control it through a corner, that's possibly one of the hardest things. Of course, in Portugal, you've got a huge long straight, but then also you've got one of the most technical gravel sections, I think, on any rallycross circuit I've ever been to. I think I was overthinking it, though, in the first part of the weekend. It was kind of one of those ones where, like, when you start to think about how you should be hitting apexes or what you should be doing, I feel like I was doing worse. So I had a chat with Sam and everyone and everything before the semi-final, and we started to get the hang of it there, where it was just a case of just go out there and send it, you know? Rip it round, flick it sideways, do whatever you want. The times actually ended up coming towards us, so just that flamboyancy in the driving style that really helped, just that pitching it back and forth. It was a little bit too little too late. Very nice to have figured that out in Q1 or 2, but we'll know for this year coming back to Portugal what it is we need to do, and hopefully we can get straight onto the pace without any struggle. And after that we went on to hell. To be honest, at the end of the weekend it felt like real hell. We had some good races, some good time. Won my semi-final, I think, because I lined up next to Anton on the grid. Molly Pettit interviewed both Anton after his race, and he was like, I'm going to win off the start. And we were just joking like back and forth. They said, like, I think I called him an old man or something, like joking around saying, you've got to be younger for the reaction time. Lights went green, and I think I got one of the best starts I've ever had. Like, it was insane. I was like 2 or 3 car lengths ahead of everyone by like 20 meters off the line. It was just like bang, went into turn 1, and for whatever reason, maybe he missed his braking point. Anton said he wasn't actually looking where he was going, and when we were in the steward's room afterwards, he ended up making pretty heavy contact with the rear of my car, enough to completely destroy my rear left suspension. Me and Enzo were both out of the race by turn 2. Really frustrating. Really frustrating, especially that in the steward's room. I still don't agree to it to this day. It doesn't really make too much sense to me, but it was deemed as a racing incident and no penalty was given. I don't understand how that works. I was in front. I had a huge hit from the rear. Enzo had a huge hit side on, kind of from the rear as well. And we both got taken out of the race, and the person who caused that didn't get a single penalty. It's just kind of one of those ones where you're like, It's a bit frustrating. When there is bad times, there is also some good times. There's always good times coming. Those good times are Julius. You know, we started off the race weekend so badly. Saturday night, I was feeling pretty down. What did cheer me up was that Peter, he's the real MVP of Team RX Racing. He drives the lorries to each of the events. He's an amazing cook. It was his birthday. The catering unit made a birthday cake for him. And you know, when you just need that kind of feel good, be around people, cheer you back up and get you back into the right frame of mind. That right frame of mind brought us into Sunday, and we scraped through 3 or 4 tenths that we made it into the semi-finals by. So we qualified 12th. Bear in mind, we were like P19 at one point, and I think we were like P17 or 18 overnight. We went off the start line. I think we were up to like P4 or 5 into turn 1. We kind of tried to hang around the outside of people, and I went into the Joker lap and I hit the wall. That meant that Linus Oster got past me. I knew that I had 1 lap and I had to overtake him. Like, there was no questions. You overtake him or you don't make it into the finals. So managed to push back up into P3 and made the final. Going into the final, my emotions were really, really all over the place. I was like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. P6 again. I managed to get an absolute blinder of a start. I slotted into P3 and I was getting pushed from behind like a dung, 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 dung. That was making me do the same thing to Lederman, and he was doing the same thing to Anton. So all of us were kind of like in that kind of train of trying to check up and brake and not let anyone through. Anton, for some reason, decided to joker from the lead. To this day, I don't know why. It baffles me. I was leading my first ever European Rallycross race. The emotions going through my head are like, basically, I was like, Patrick, do not mess this up. You cannot mess this up. It was just like, just keep calm. Just keep calm. Just keep calm. Just keep calm. Of course, when you tell yourself to keep calm, that's the one thing that never keeps you calm. I went into the Joker lap and I came out. Robin Larson came out on the main lap. I looked across and I could see him. That was how close we were. I could literally see him. I just planted my foot. And then it did grip. We managed to just get the nose in front and we went up over, it's a curb. Hit it and I was like, that's up in the air. There's a great photo of my car like in the air, wheels off the ground. Like the next like 4 corners I had to defend like my life depended on it. And Dave was like, on the radio, we work on a car length system because it's the best for me. I don't look at my mirrors. Dave just tells me how far they are. So he's like 2 car lengths, 2 car length, 1 car length, 1 car length, 2 car length, 3 car length, 3 car lengths, 4 car lengths, 4 car lengths, 25 car lengths. He's gone. And I came down the hill and I just heard that. I was like, what the hell? Just came across the start line. Cannons went off. We won. It took like 9-10 seconds for me to process what had just happened. I didn't start screaming straight away. I kind of went round turn 1. Like, that should happen. I just got like that sense of like when you get butterflies in your stomach. Just filled my body up, like screaming. I was screaming, I did donuts, I was on the roof. So much passion. Got out of it and I was just like, I cannot believe that's happened. After that, we went to Belgium. Belgium was an amazing weekend for us. We had really good times. It must suit the Peugeot because Yanis was really up there as well. We having a great weekend. Come the semi-finals, there was contact in turn 1 because of the nature of how turn 1 works. You go off the start, it's not very long, so the cars aren't spaced apart yet. And you have got an immediate 90 right. And there's not much room on the outside either. So you're trying to channel 5 cars who start in a line against each other all around one corner. You're going to have some chaos. And I got given a monstrous penalty that put us out of the final. Just did not make sense to me at the time. Of course, me and Yanis got chucked out. That promoted Anton up. Enzo in. Like, it seems a little fishy, I'll be honest. Yeah, it was gutting because we had the opportunity to get some more points, and the European Championship ended up coming down to not that many points between 1st and 4th. So yeah, gutting. It felt like the rug was pulled out from under our feet. Took a little while to kind of get over that and get past, to be honest. We went into Germany a little bit deflated. Wipe the slate clean, we'll just go for it, have fun, and the times were really good all weekend. I was struggling all season, but I just started perfectly nailing the starts, enough so that in the semi-final I got such a good launch. Went into the final and I managed to finish 2nd behind Yanis. So an amazing way to end the year. Back onto that high kind of feeling, finishing the year. Come 3rd in the European Championship on count back, which meant, of course, I got to go to the off-road prize-giving gala, and yeah, it was pretty amazing to have that experience. Pretty special, to be honest. I then went to Hong Kong. Kevin Hansen called up, I think it was October time. I was like, hey man, how you doing? Do you want to come to Hong Kong? And I was like, sorry, what? Hold up, rewind. What are you saying? Random Saturday morning, I was like, I think I was sat down in the kitchen and just like chilling out, not really doing much. Next thing you know, it's like, bam, we're going to go to Hong Kong. Right, did all the media stuff. I loved the media stuff. It was so much fun. And Saturday wasn't the best. I missed out on the final by 2.5. I was quite hard on myself, and then everyone kind of reminded me, it's not like the European Championship. You're literally up against the world's best. There's some really amazing drivers. It was about the biggest deep end you could possibly get. But came back on the Sunday, really feeling happy. I was in a great mood, got great energy. Made the final. I started last in the final. got a great start, went down, like everyone's kind of bunched up on the inside. I just went down the outside. I felt like a pinball between C, D, the two. I'm running in a podium position at a World Championship event. Guys. I had that same kind of like feeling in my stomach come back. So then I spent the next 2 laps battling with Timmy, of course, my teammate for the weekend. Timmy Hansen, 2019 World Rallycross champion, amazing driver. And he was behind me like absolutely everywhere, going for every single gap he could. So it was intense. It was super intense. Yeah, I got a podium and I freaked out. I was just like screaming inside the car, crossed to the finish line, and then came into Parc Fermé, and I'd lost my voice in that like 45-50 second period from screaming that much. And I was like so happy and so full of emotion. Got up onto the stage and they called my name up. I couldn't believe how many people there was. It was just like a sea of people. I had that like, you know when you get goosebumps on your arm? I got that like everywhere, and I just remember like shivering up my neck. It was surreal. And for those of you that don't know, I do this thing, I do the swan. So it started out from Karate Kid, like you know how he does the thing when he's talking to the snake, but it kind of looks a bit like a swan as well. And me and Mansfield and Sam and everyone, we've all been joking about it all season, doing it on podiums here and there, and I did it on the podium on the top step in Hong Kong, and that was pretty crazy. I did it and everyone just went, whoa, they like rolled it. Yeah, it was amazing. It was genuinely crazy. I think it was possibly best weekend of my entire life, hands down. I thought Julius was amazing, but that was even better. Creme de la creme, cherry on top. That was my season over. I had a really nice winter break, done some rallying. So just as a little recap, I know it was quite a long time, but that's my reasoning for wanting to do the European Championship again. In Portugal, of course, where we're struggling with understanding the car, I lost out on some possibility of points. We were just dealt a bad hand of cards for last year. So this year, I want to come back. I want to give it my best shot and just go for it. Absolutely full send everywhere. You know, we're coming back, and we're coming back for a reason. We're not here to mess around. So yeah, that's my reasoning for wanting to do the European Rallycross Championship again, and everyone else on the group better watch out. Thank you for everything up until now. Thank you for supporting me in the last few years, and hopefully we can continue racing. We can continue producing some fun content for you guys to follow along with. It would genuinely make a world of a difference, and it would be hugely supportive. You could please make sure to leave a comment down below, like the video, and if you could press subscribe, it would mean the world. Thank you very much for watching along. Have a good day.